Welcome back. The Patriots' Tom Brady, he's appealing his 4-game suspension amid accusations that he destroyed evidence during the Deflategate probe. But that's more punishment than anyone at the IRS is getting over destroyed emails in the IRS targeting scandal of conservatives. Now, Sabrina, there's a push to force the IRS chief's resignation. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. He should be fired. He should be prosecuted. We need to remind the American people that our public officials are accountable for their actions, and destroying evidence is very serious. I don't think, we have to, just because we don't use feather pens and parchment doesn't mean that the Constitution doesn't stand, and trying to hide behind technology is really a terrible thing that must be stopped. Right.
I want to be clear to the viewer. The IRS still erased 422 backup tapes with 24,000 emails from to and from Lois Lerner, despite a congressional subpoena to protect evidence. Bruce, on that fact alone, should the IRS chief be fired?
I don't think so. I think in the situation here, you had the investigation has been so partisan, and if you look at the Tom Brady thing, you had found emails and texts of the ball boys and these other people, and I think maybe what you're missing, if there is anything at all, which I don't think there is, are texts of people on the other end, and that's how they got Brady.
Well, the thing is, the federal records, these guys in the IRS, Steve, they do not have to archive or keep a hold of their instant messages, their texts, and a lot of these individuals were using text messages. Is there enough here to have the IRS chief fired?
Oh, that and many times over. Not only fired, but then prosecuted for harassing conservatives, for seizing illegally cash from small business people and not returning it, and then flouting the law, ignoring subpoenas and the like. So you've got plenty for both to fire him and prosecute him. He's turned this IRS into a criminal enterprise.
Bill,
he's acting like Louis XIV, like the president.
Bill, what do you think?
Let's be realistic. Let's not forget that Koskinen is a loyal team player. He's been fully supportive of the Obama administration efforts to corrupt the IRS. So let's not look for a resignation or a firing. Let's go right to impeachment.
Right to impeachment. Rich, do you think that's the way to go?
Yeah, and I think the connection to Eric Holder and to even President Obama are there. After all, President Obama said in 2012 that our elections are about helping your friends and punishing your enemies, and that's what the IRS has been turned into.
Mike, the IRS is there for the taxpayer. We don't exist for the IRS. That's another reason that this whole story is so problematic.
You're absolutely right, Elizabeth. He should be fired, and I think the solution is to bring Roger Goodell in, the commissioner of the NFL, who's gone after Brady, and bring him over into Congress and have him oversee this.
Stuff done.
Steve, what do you think? Is that a good idea?
I'm not sure that's going to happen, but I think you're not going to get much with this administration. But impeachment proceedings can begin to educate the public and to set a foundation for a real action in 2017.
All right, coming up, you guys are terrific, by the way. Great show. Those cars on the road that you see flying by you, they have never been older, but not for long. The stocks to click that clunker to the curb and buy yourself a new set of wheels. Stay with us.